Robert Destro, Assistant Secretary of State for the Bureau of Democracy, Human Rights and Labor, called for joint efforts to stop modern slavery at a press conference held on October 16th. When a journalist asked a question about Falun Gong, Destro said that the United States has already looked into allegations of the CCP's crime of live organ harvesting. The journalist, Ken Yang, from the Epoch Times Taiwan, said that the CCP has been persecuting Falun Gong practitioners for 21 years and that the CCP has committed the crime of forced organ harvesting. He asked, would the Department of State step in and take specific actions to stop the forced organ harvesting by the Chinese Communist Party?
Well, I can't think of a more horrific human rights abuse than stealing somebody's liver. I mean, we have had consistent reports of this. We have actually looked into allegations of it, and I encourage anybody who has information that we could use to nail this down to please be in touch with us.
John Cotton Richmond, Ambassador at Large to Monitor and Combat Trafficking in Persons, also addressed the question.
I'll also say that the removal of organs is one of the forms of exploitation under the Palermo Protocol, the UN Protocol against trafficking in persons, and we continue to gather information about this.
The CCP's atrocities of harvesting organs from live Falun Gong practitioners were first exposed in 2006. Since then, Falun Gong groups and human rights lawyers have conducted investigations and provided information to government agencies in the United States, Canada, and European countries. For instance, former member of Canadian Parliament David Kilgour and human rights lawyer David Mattis conducted independent investigations and published reports to confirm the existence of forced live organ harvesting in China. Investigative journalist Ethan Gutman also conducted independent investigations and published a book on the crime. Teresa Chu, spokesperson for the Falun Gong Human Rights Lawyers Group, said that she believes the U.S. State Department already has considerable knowledge of live organ harvesting.
For example, when Wang Lijun fled to the U.S. consulate in 2012, as far as we know, Wang Lijun brought with him some documents about live organ harvesting, but so far none of them have been exposed. For such atrocities against humanity, we hope that the U.S. government can take more concrete action, such as publicizing the evidence at an appropriate time. We must pursue these criminals and bring them to justice.
The CCP has persecuted Falun Gong for 21 years. The New York-based World Organization to Investigate the Persecution of Falun Gong, WOIPFG, recently revealed that according to their investigations, the CCP has never ceased its crime of live organ harvesting from Falun Gong practitioners.
We just released a new report on July 20 this year. It includes 100 investigation recordings, which were selected from a large number of recent recordings. The report elaborated on the current status of live organ harvesting in more detail. In mainland China, even during the outbreak of the CCP virus at the beginning of the year, live organ harvesting has not stopped. It only slowed down a little bit.
Wang Zhiyuan thinks that although Western countries know about live organ harvesting, they do not take it seriously. It is a great thing that the U.S. State Department is conducting investigations into the CCP's live organ harvesting.
The recent full exposure of the CCP's infiltration and threat to Western countries has prompted the international community to pay attention to the CCP's real threat to mankind. This is a good start. Live organ harvesting is an unprecedented evil in human history. No one should keep silent on this. It is a matter of protecting the safety of mankind and of moral conscience. It is a matter not limited to a certain nation or a certain group.
The U.S. Congress and the European Parliament have previously passed resolutions condemning the CCP for forcibly harvesting organs from prisoners of conscience and demanding that the CCP stop the evil practice immediately. The Canadian Subcommittee on Human Rights also passed a similar bill unanimously. In addition, many countries, such as Israel and Spain, have enacted laws prohibiting travel to China for organ transplantation. In 2015, Taiwan made amendments to the regulations on human organ transplantation to prohibit transplant tourism, both as an industry and at an individual level. South Korea also passed a law on October 8th requiring that its citizens who go to another country for transplantation with unknown organ sources must register after returning to South Korea. Japan is currently in the process of revising transplant laws to follow suit.